What's up, guys? In today's video we're going to talk about a very difficult problem to diagnose, super easy to fix when you know it's wrong and you know how to test it. But the problem is it could look like three different problems in one. You're either going to catch this problem extremely early, and when you have the timer set to anything except for the off position, the heating element will be on. I'm talking about it will not be turning and the heating element will be on. Not you have started it and it's on in any position. That's the number one. You've caught it very early and you might be able to save a few extra parts by not having to replace fuse. The bigger issue is this problem will hide under other symptoms, meaning it will blow fuses in the dryer because the dryer is overheated and it has two fuses. One on the motor that will stop the dryer from turning at all. You'll press the button and it hasn't come on. And one on the heating element, which will just cut off the heat to the actual heating element. So you'll think, oh, it's the heating element fuse. It's probably just because it's stopped up, where it could be stopped up, but it could be a grounded out heating element. We're gonna go over exactly how to test for this. It's very easy after you know how, and exactly which parts to replace, because this particular machine has the exact problem. Before we get started, unplug the machine, because we don't wanna die. Let's hit that intro. All right, first thing we're gonna do is take off this back panel. It's held in with 1/4-inch screws all the way around. You can use a regular 1/4-inch driver, or you can use a drill to make the whole job a lot faster. All right, so a quick crash course on how to use a tester to test a fuse. Again, this dryer is 100% unplugged. Don't do this while the dryer is plugged in. But when you have it on ohms, when I touch, a 0 appears. This means a good fuse. 0 is good fuse. A 1 will mean bad fuse, which these digital meters will run all over the place. What's really nice is when you have a meter that has this little audible sound right there. This way, no sound means bad fuse. Sound means good fuse. This is a very simplified version of how a meter works, but for our purposes, if you have a simple meter and you don't know how to use it, that's pretty much a crash course on how to test fuses and heating elements. So let's check what's going on with this dryer right now. If you've already checked a few things and noticed that one of your fuses is popped, next thing to check is this heating element. I'm going to check this side of the heating element and this side, and this one is showing blown. Sometimes on a grounded heating element, it actually will show as a working heating element, and I'll show you why. But we would still just assume this is just a regular messed up heating element. When you check a heating element for grounded, you want to check one side, and then you want to check the actual frame of the dryer. This is got contact. That means that from here, that wire that's wrapped around that's a heating element is touching somewhere in here. And this side is not. And we can check on the other side of this high limit thermostat. It also is not. So it's not a messed up thermostat. We can check in between these. That's still okay. But if we look underneath this particular one, I can see there's pieces of the heating element all underneath it. So this guy's definitely burned up. Let's take a look and figure out exactly what's going on here. Okay, here's what's going on. This heating element has super overheated in some way or just failed and has started touching and popping itself against the wall. Sometimes this doesn't happen. This is actually fairly rare that we see where it pops a million times and leaves pieces in the bottom. Most of the time, it's going to be flexed out and it'll be touching this back wall right here. And this connection will stay solid. That's why I was saying sometimes it will show as a good heating element because it has actually grounded itself out to the back wall, and that's how when it's grounded like that, it just stays on. It'll be on in any position except for off. All right, so we got to replace this guy, but let's see if it's caused any other damage. I know it probably has caused the other fuse to pop because the machine's not coming on. Now, that doesn't mean it hasn't blown this fuse up here. This is the heating element fuse. When this one blows, it just won't let the heating element come on. and it's designed for that, but sometimes the other one will blow first. This one is good, so we don't have to replace this fuse. It didn't blow yet. Let's check the other one. This guy down here is gone. It has blown. It's the first one in line that actually blew. Normally it would be that one. I see that a lot, but usually it's one of the other. The odds of them both popping at the exact same moment are very rare, but that's what happened this time, is it blew this one first. Now we're all the way down to this point. It's a really good idea to go ahead and check out my video I have on cleaning out the dryer. If you take these 4 screws out and the 2 screws that are holding this case for the actual filter, you can get to where most dryers are stopped up, and that's right here in this case. So if you're having any issues with your dryer at all overheating, first thing to check is you're already here. Open this guy up and see if it's completely stopped up with lint. Another thing to check is the pipe going out of the house. Make sure it's not bent or just completely stopped up with lint. That could be another issue. Sometimes heating elements will just, especially older machines, this will just happen. But that's very rare. A lot of times it will be the actual heating element has messed up because of lack of airflow. All right, we got another heating element right here, and I'll put a link to this in the description below. I'm gonna throw this guy on, and we're gonna put a new fuse on, and we're gonna be back to good to go. All right, on new heating elements, a lot of times you'll order them and they will not have the high limit thermostat on them, this guy. You'll have to get another one or reuse that one. I don't recommend reusing them. I recommend getting the kit that comes with a heating element, this high limit thermostat, a new regular thermostat, this fuse that went out, and it also comes with that fuse. It's fairly inexpensive, and you get to replace everything. You're right here, everything's brand new, just like a new dryer. Might as well replace it while we're right here, especially for just a couple bucks more, you get everything. All right, so we're gonna replace this fuse real quick. Again, the dryer's unplugged. Pull this guy off, pull that guy off. Sometimes they're stuck on there really well. You might have to use some pliers. Undo this 1/4 inch screw. Make sure these guys are snug. If they feel super loose, you can squeeze these connections. Just be very careful. If they break, you'll have to reconnect this connection, which is a real pain. All right, let's test it real quick. We're back to good. Alright guys, that was it for this video. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching guys, and please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Also, if you have any doubts the part you're going to get is the right one, check out the video I link in the description below. It will walk you step by step to use your model number to find the right parts. Also, check out the playlist on the right. It's every repair for this exact machine.